If you think you need design skills to make money with print on demand in 2026, you don't. I'm going to show you 26 designs that literally anyone can make. No Photoshop, no Illustrator, no experience. I've sold thousands of POD products over the years, and these are the exact types of designs beginners start with. There's still a lot of sales to be made in 2026 if you understand these concepts. Don't just watch the video. Pause it, screenshot, and take notes at the same time with me. These ideas work for shirts, posters, mugs, hoodies, and whatever you can put designs on. And I'll explain why each one works. And if you get any value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button. Okay, so the first ideas we're gonna be going over is text designs only, okay? Now, when it comes to this stuff, there's a ton of different ideas here, okay? Think bigger, think of sarcastic sayings, just single line sayings, single words like the tacos one right here. There are a ton of different ideas here, okay? And simple text-based designs sell a lot and make a lot of money. Say this, you don't have to be this crazy artist, or you don't have to be this AI designer, pro prompt editor, right? Or prompt performer, engineer, whatever it is, right? Simple works. Okay, but you just have to have an understanding of it, and you can leverage ChatGPT or any AI writing software to help you come up with all these different types of ideas. So for example, look at this tacos one, simple text-based design. This is really easy. Anyone can do something like this, right? And obviously, like you can see, there's also related different types of designs here. So we're going to be doing a little bit of research on Etsy and Amazon. Okay, you can see how they did the tacos right here for the tacos, different ideas. But this one right here, simple text-based design, says tacos. That's it. Okay, next one. I can't adult today. Tomorrow doesn't look good either. Now, something like this too. Like I said, anything with this sarcastic, adults, funny sayings, this works good. This is a simple text-based design that you can create in any design software. Pretty easy. Next right now. Now, when you're looking at any of this, I want you to think ahead. What can you design? Okay. If you think of text-based, can you design something text-based for Easter? Can you design something text-based for graduation? So this is a little bit more of a to the design itself, but you can see 2026, class of 2026. You see what they did here? Just a square, the text, they flipped it around and then put 2026, right? It obviously takes a little bit more creativity, but it's a text-based design with just one little element in there with that little square. Now, like I said, think ahead. Cruises, graduation, right? Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo. Think of different ideas like that. Good vibes only. So now, you got sarcastic sayings, but think of like mental health, text-based sayings, or just the good vibes, happy, fun, ideas like that. This all works good right here. Okay. Next is, I want you to think of birthday. People born, like what year were they born? 1990. Like this all works good right here. Ideas, simple numbers on a t-shirt work good. Say born in 1990. If you get confused too, the keywords here, the title will help you give an idea like who they're approaching, who they're targeting with this type of idea. So I want you to think of that too. Birthdays, special events, anniversaries, anything like that, they all work good. Okay. Next is going to be simple quote designs. Now, I want you to think about when it comes to this. I'm going to show you these ones right here. Adventure awaits, right? It's a simple text base. It has a little airplane in there, little icon. Very simple, very plain. Women love these type of shirts. Okay. I think I want to say even men do too. Okay. I feel like when it comes to this type of stuff, it's just simple, but dressing it up with, you can see how she's doing, the model's doing it here, like a little jacket over it, but it's exactly what it is, and some jeans, something like this. It works really well. People love these type of shirts. So think of like text-based, but with a simple graphic. So they have an airplane with a little heart, something simple like that. You can definitely do. Okay. So next one, but first coffee. So you got the text. Okay. And then you have a little heart right there. Very plain, very simple, very easy to do. Okay. So something like this, when you see stuff like this, you want to think about what can you do. So just a simple text, the idea, then an icon or some type of element, right? So we got the text and then the heart. Be you, the world will adjust. So now this is just a simple quote, right? And you can see something like this, and he has a little bigger period right there. Be you, the world will adjust. Now, when I'm sharing this with you too, guys, that doesn't mean come over here and copy these designs. I'm just telling you to get inspiration from. So making sure that you're double checking for trademarks and copyrights, that's very important before you put your design up on any of these platforms that I'm sharing with you. And you can be selling on Amazon, you can be selling on Etsy, you can be selling on Redbubble, your own website, wherever it is that you're putting your designs up for sale. You just have to understand the idea and the concept and double check for everything, right? So this is a really cool one. I love the color too, by the way, of this one. And certain colors like this, you can probably, comfort colors, I believe you can probably check out Gelato, Printify, Printful. Those print-on-demand platforms will definitely have certain colors, and then figure out how to get them on your own, right? Or they're probably printing them themselves. Right, next, she believed she could, so she did. Pretty cool, right? So motivational type of style text, right? Simple text with this one right here. A really cool one. I think when it comes to something like this, think of motivation, think of quotes, think of good sayings like that. Like obviously these ones have more of the element style right there, right here. This one's more of a simple. This one had the period. I guess you want to consider that an element. This one's just a simple text with the script. So two different fonts here. Okay, the script font, and you can see it's just a plain, just the other font, right? You can see how they're mixing that up. So think of different ideas, how you can mix it up a bit, and quotes work really good, but you just have to make sure you double check it for trademarks and copyright. And if you want research done for you, check out the top research design vault. That's going to be down below in the description. When you sign up, you get access to over 1,700 niches. This comes with the niche idea, comes with the keywords, okay, the design angle, the competition score, and then the prompt idea to plug into an AI generator. This is very powerful because you're going to see how I actually do research, and you're going to learn from me, and then you can take those concepts and do whatever you want. The ideas and the strategies that I use personally, you can do whatever you want with them. And then you get 20 niches every single week after that. Next is going to be icon and like text combination, and I'll show you an example right here. So peace, love, and dogs. So you can see they have the peace sign, and then they have the heart, and then a paw, right? So that's peace, love, and dogs, right? So that's an example right here. So ties into the human and then kind of what they love, right? So they want peace, love, and the dogs. So peace, love, and cats. Like think of different concepts, different ideas. Peace, love, and horses. Like you get what I'm saying? So there's different ideas, different concepts you can do right here, but this is just one of the examples. Next, I love my cat. So this is a popular saying. So I love my mom, I love my dad, but then mixing it with different animals. So when we see something that's trending on the internet, it goes viral, you can mix it in with cats, dogs, different types of dogs. I love my English bulldog. I love my husky. I love my corgi. You know what I mean? There's different ideas, but this something like this was a trending idea, and then it took off the last few years, and it's still doing good. Okay. Next, coffee, chaos, cuddles, mom life. So think of motherhood. So think of a mom she enjoys coffee, and she has the chaos, and she loves cuddles. So think how you can relate to a mother. This is the idea and the concept here. But I feel like when it comes to something like this right here is very powerful, because it's just, think of dad, think of moms, think of grandma, think of different concepts, different ideas, but just the text, and then just a few icons here. Okay. And then stuff like this. So sports. So using sports, so different sports lines, and then leveraging that to, you can see how you instead of the O, they put the baseball in the middle, right? Which is really cool. So little things like this, baseball mom, baseball dad, soccer mom, soccer dad, volleyball mom. Get the concept, get the idea here. This all works really good. And just leveraging, thinking of different ideas and being creative, replacing the O, right? And then putting a baseball or a basketball or a football. Different ideas work really good like that. And next is going to be a to-do list, right? Or a checklist, right? So like when you tell like your schedule on a t-shirt to-do list and being like sarcastic and funny about it, think about how you can make someone laugh. When it comes to doing stuff like this, it's very powerful, because it's like you're either reading the t-shirt, you're making them smile, or you're making yourself smile, and then you're making someone else smile. It's just good vibes, right? So when you see this to-do list, drink coffee, read a book, plant shopping, take a nap. So think about what someone likes to do throughout the day and try to make it relate to them. And that's how you create a top selling design, something like that. Okay. This is a really cool one right here, right? So to-do list. So drink coffee, read a book, play video games, go swimming, stuff like that, or play baseball, anything that has a hobby to do with something like that. Okay. This will be a good idea. Now, obviously you have to make sure it makes sense to get that point across. So understanding who you're creating the design for is very important. Next is to-do list, coffee, yoga, rock and roll. This is one that I found. I don't think it's a good design, but just as an example of a to-do list. It looks like it ripped out a paper and wrote on it, but I don't think this is a good design. This is more of a better design. This is probably just a bad example that I shared in the video. This is not what, I don't want to create a design like this. I think something like this will be more better. So think of like just text-based designs to make it more simple and understanding. But to do yoga, rock and roll, there's a gap here where you can use coffee, yoga, rock and roll. So you maybe just different types of music. So rap, country, right? Think of different ideas like that. And then I would make more of a design based around this to work for this one. Okay. Now, this is an interesting one I found over here on Walmart doing some research. So today's schedule, 7 a.m., coffee, and they put it into more of an icon format, okay, which is cool, like showing the illustration more. There's a person riding a bike from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then 6 p.m. drinking beer, okay? Now, this is an Amazon merch on demand t-shirt that's over on Walmart, which is interesting because I feel like they're drop shipping here, right? Buying on Amazon, shipping it to the customer on Walmart, the price point at $13.99. So I think they making a sale, maybe making a $10 sale over here, right? After fees and everything, I want to say. And then they're going and buying it on Amazon and then shipping it to the customer, $3 loss, but then ranking into the algorithm, I feel like, to generate more sales. That's just an idea. I think that's what they're doing and leveraging like their credit card to get the points back too. But this is a good idea right here. Okay. Next one, house rules. 1, I win. 2, so see rule number 1. This is a funny idea, sarcastic, something like this. To-do list, funny ideas, house rules, barbecue rules, poker night rules, football night, baseball night, something like that, sports night, sports betting night, stuff like that. All good concepts. And then speaking of sports betting too, that's one of the things that are becoming popular in the world, getting bigger and bigger. So that's going to be a good niche idea too as well, by the way. Next is going to be seasonal designs. Now, if you do this correctly, you can create evergreen designs, right? So I've created designs personally where they just take off for that holiday. I'm just designing for that holiday. And then I make a mistake sometimes where I put a design that doesn't belong for the holiday, but it's just an evergreen design. And then it just takes off for the whole year, then it turns into a top selling design on my account. So when it comes to stuff like this, you have to understand who you're designing for, right? And then what's the workaround with this, okay? So like this St. Patrick's Day, so we have the coquette bow, right? We know that with mixing, you have the 4-leaf clover there, and then we have the coquette bow. We know that the coquette bow, okay, is a trending idea. But then leveraging that into different holidays, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Valentine's Day, 4th of July. Think of different concepts, different ideas like that, and then you're creating more of an opportunity for you to make sales. So here's an idea. I think it's like an okay. So what does it say? Lucky mama on the bottom right there. I think it's an okay design. See it on the very bottom right there. It's hard to read with the type of design, but the concept and the idea is there. But think of a different idea. Think of the coquette bow, and then think of St. Patrick's Day, or then think of any other holiday, right? Next would be Easter mama shirt. So I think that something like this work really good for Easter. If you look at this, you can see what they did here. Mama, and then they have the kids' names here, and they're putting like a different Easter egg right there next to it. And then it has a little Easter basket. Look right here on the side. It has the bunny ears, the feet. It's a really cool one, right? Now, when it comes to this, if you guys see something like this, switch the number. They'll give you the better price range of it. Don't get thrown off. Oh, he's selling it for $9. Excuse me. Must be printing their own shirts. No, it's not. Most likely they're not. And if they are, obviously the shirts are going to be really like a good price, and they're more competitive. I'm not saying that people are not printing their own shirts and selling them at that price. They're charging $5 for shipping. It's more of understanding their profit and their margins, right? Understanding all that. But this is a good idea right here. So mixing anything like that. Think of grandma, think of auntie, think of anything like that. This is a really good concept, mixing Easter with anything right here. Next is Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, think of nurse, and mixing anything that I shared with you. St. Patrick's Day and nurse, Easter and nurse. Think of any like a medical field, anything, any dentist, doctor, teachers, anything like that, and mixing it with any holiday. And I've explained this over and over on my channel because it's a very powerful, because they're making money. Most of the time, if people are making money, they're willing to spend money on what they're passionate about. Okay. Understand that. Very powerful. Love is everywhere, but so is the flu. Wash your hands. A very funny saying. Very cool idea. Simple text space, just with a few little elements there, in a different color right there in the middle. So you get the idea, get the concept. Pretty cool design idea. Next is, like I said, so mixing any sports. So we talked about a lot of the sports already in this video. I want you to think of sports and then mixing it in with the holiday. Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, whatever, Christmas. Just move forward, get ahead. Halloween, all these ideas, different concepts, different ideas, all work. You can see what they did here. The baseball into American flag colors. That concept, you get the idea right there, what they're doing. Pretty cool, right? This is a really good idea. All right, so the next concept is going to be like personalized ideas. All right, now when it comes to something like this, we know that this one's crashing it right here. Over like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. You got a pet and then so the name there. So this is, you can personalize the actual concept and idea. So think of when you're selling on like Etsy or your own website, this right here, like especially if you're running like the ads outside, this works really good when it comes to any of this stuff. In order for you to get someone's attention, you can create a custom image of the dog and then probably their name. There's definitely a big demand for this right now. This is trending. If you're selling something like this on Etsy, or if you're selling it on your own website, there's different concepts and different ideas, but it'd be about testing when it comes down to something like this in order for you to enter into a niche. If you're not the first one there, because this one right here is like one of the top sellers on the platform at Etsy, but this is a cool concept. Okay. Really cool concept. Next is a baseball mom, but you can see how they're customizing the back by putting, it says choline, right? You can see how they're doing that. So think of ideas like this: basketball mom, football mom, volleyball mom, volleyball dad, grandpa, so on and so forth. So you can create different, like a big family order if you do it correctly, right? So this is a good concept, good idea. Next would be like family reunion shirts. So I want you to think of family reunion, cruises, all those different concepts like this where families meet up and get together. This would be a good idea because they're probably buying more than 2 shirts. Okay. They're not buying just one. They're buying 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see right here in this mock-up, there's 5 orders being created. So I want you to think of this concept, think of this idea, what you can do to customize something like this, create a big order. This is very powerful if you do it correctly, because you can literally create those $100, $200, $300 sales, and which in return, those would be like $100, $200 profit days, which is very powerful. Next would be like relationships. So think of matching couple shirts. When it comes to something like this, think of different concepts. My person, my problem. So think of funny matching shirts, especially for holidays or Valentine's Day. This is going to work really good. Easter, Christmas, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, that will work really good too. Cinco de Mayo, different concepts, different ideas. Think of relationships and then like a matching couple shirts, anything like that you can customize and make funny. This will be a good idea. All right. So number 26, if you're an artist and you can do stuff like this, right? You can obviously leverage AI to help you create concepts of different ideas. But if you have that art and that talent to create really detailed illustrations, for this example right here, literally leveraging Valentine's Day, you can see the baseball, the bat, the hat on, you got the shoes, and you got the drip going on here. And the ice cream drip is a big one right now. You can see right here, you can see what they're doing with the keywords here, but leveraging this, if you can do something like this, create really detailed designs like this, and then leverage this and say you can go for the next holiday. You can be Easter, St. Patrick's Day, any of those holidays like that, and take the concept and take the idea and just put this onto a t-shirt. This is very powerful, and they sell, and they do really good on Amazon.com, make tons of sales. I've created a few of these that do really good right now. I have a few designs that are cranking right now, making a lot of sales. But when it comes to something like this, if you can do something like this, differentiate yourself from everyone else, this would be a really good idea. And I'm not saying that everything else in the video that I shared with you doesn't work, because it all does work. You just have to find your own, have to have fun with it. Obviously, when you're creating these designs, have fun with it. The best way to do it is make money. Obviously, make money, but have fun with it at the same time, creating these funny sayings. Some of the sayings I've created personally where I see it on Facebook and I think it's funny. It's a funny comment, and I'll take that comment and put it on a t-shirt design, and then it makes sales. And just staying ahead like that, just think of different concepts, different ideas. It's a very powerful way to create less competition for yourself. But this one right here is a really good idea. Illustrations, holidays, events, stuff like this works good. Now there's several different tools that you can use out there to help you edit designs. Kittl, Canva, you can use Ideogram, and then if you're putting these designs on mockups to promote to your audience, you can do that too, because that's going to help you convert more, especially if you have your own website and not leveraging platforms like Amazon or Etsy, which are good starters if you're taking advantage of their traffic. Now, one thing, don't over design, use too many fonts, and ignoring readability. Chasing trends instead of demand, making sure that you understand this right here. This is very important, especially if you're starting out. You do not want to overwhelm yourself. Understand the key concepts and get to work. Remember, it's very easy to put one design on multiple products. So using the same design to put on a shirt, hoodie, poster, or mug, and then changing the color. So if it's an all white text design, you can make it look good on an all black text design. And this will help you turn one idea into multiple listings. You don't need talent when it comes to this. You need reps, and you need to understand who you're designing for. This is very important. Start with one design from this list that I'm sharing with you today. Like this video if it was helpful. Comment which number you're going to start with. Subscribe for 2026 POD strategies. And if you want more low competition niche research like this, watch this video right here next. Peace out.